Julifer 9D211 coming at you with another video. This video is going to be regarding a quiz on my channel. Two subscribers, people who follow the channel, people who are either new to the channel. If you're interested in learning Dark Magician, the deck, cost, or anything related to Dark Magician, whether it is expensive, budget, it doesn't matter. I orient towards the budget because I do the giveaways for people that can't afford $2,000-$3,000 decks. So far, I'm gonna make a video in the future, but so far I've given away a little over $4,000 away in cards, several decks, and a lot of singles. So here, here's we're gonna do a review of the quiz. Somebody requested the quiz. I started quizzes because a lot of people don't know. Either people who are already playing Yu-Gi-Oh, they don't know. People who are experts in Yu-Gi-Oh, they don't know. And then some people who are beginners and whatnot. Everybody, you never stop learning. And then because there's always new decks, is you never learn everything. That's how life is. So this one's regarding the one I had done last time, but I'm gonna explain what's going on right now. So somebody did request a quiz, and I'm gonna continue to make these. If you notice, I'm not like other channels that show you they play their whole entire hand, no negations. This channel, we go through 3 to 4, sometimes even 6 negations per turn against us, and that's something interesting because when you go to the millions of other YouTubers, they go through no negations. That's interesting, and they can't post that because if they do, they'll post how they'll lose. So, like I said previously, if you want to download Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Mobile Ghost, you can. I'll show you what decks you can duel against an expert. It has only, like I said before, until July 2021. None of the new cards are on there, but it doesn't matter because I play Dark Magician on there and it's pretty much powerful. It's missing a lot of Dark Magician cards, but it doesn't matter. I make it work. There's no such thing as an excuse or crying. You just gotta get the job done. That's how we do it on our channel. So without further ado, let's move forward. And here's the quiz. So if you pay attention, we are gonna go look at in a bit this hand, and I'm gonna explain it to you. Basically, this is a dead hand to begin with. Sometimes you have an okay hand, but your opponent negates everything, so it becomes a dead hand. And that's something I teach in my channel that no one else does. People tell you like, oh, you have a top tier hand or all this. They're all lying to you. The people who really know Dark Magician know not to play it because it breaks you. That's the real truth. If you doubt it, look at my comments. A lot of the comments, people tell me to stop lying because the deck breaks. But that's because they suck at building the deck. I don't play hand traps, so my deck doesn't break. So even though my deck is semi-bricked right now, a few cards are live. If you look at his hand, if he goes first, he's gonna make everything dead. So let's go forward. So at this point, he plays Max C, and then also he plays Anti-Spell Fragrance. So no spells can be played. They first have to be set. So that makes everything dead. So we have Preparation dead, Spellbook of Secrets dead, the Magician's Right Hand dead, Red Eyes Black Dragon is dead, Eternal Soul's dead. The only thing live is Magician Souls. So let's go. So you would opt out for drop Dark Magician, and then activate the effect. your basic. I basically discarded both preparation and secrets to draw 2 cards, and out of those 2 cards that I drew, we ended up drawing the left hand. Yeah, that's what we ended up drawing in a second, Magician Souls. So we dumped the Dark Magician, preparing it for Eternal Soul following turn, and then the spells that are set will be live next time. So basically, I made dead cards live, and that's something that you need to learn how to do. This is why a lot of people don't play Dark Magician, because they don't know how to play it. They don't know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. If you have dead cards, you have to change it to make them live. There can be no such thing as dead cards. You should have other cards that make the dead cards live. So what I did was I discarded those cards to draw more cards, so those cards became live because they became used. So you do defense, he attacks, then Dark Magician, he's unaffected by his monster, so you put up defense. Trigger the left hand first. Why the left hand? Because any trap played, the first one is going to be burned. That's why. And then after that, you do the right in case they do any spells. At this point, the first spell and first trap that is going to be played, that does not matter what it is, it'll get burned. Even counters like Solemn and whatnot. So we set circle, and then we dumped the Dark Magician girl in the graveyard. And then let's see. We special, and we're just gonna establish defense. Sometimes you have to learn that you have to lose the turn in order to win the duel, and I've taught that to a lot of people. A lot of people use their whole hand trying to win the turn, and they end up losing the duel. The reason why is because people who are like YCS, YCS knowledgeable, and local tournament champions, like they win once in a while, at least three times a year. That's pretty good, because most of the time they'll end up second place, and some of the locals are harder than you think. And some of the locals are easier. So okay, so last time we lost the turn, and then the second turn we lost it too. Because it was all defense, and then this third one we also lost the turn as well. But we're looking at the future. We want to win the duel. We don't care about the turn. So we negated it. Defense. Dark Magician to activate the spell negation trap. Circle. Link. Special banish. We're going to banish the card. Dark Magic Attack. Shortly after, something horrible was about to activate. So Waking the Dragon, that's going to bring a 3,500 attacker that you can't stop. I don't have any cards to stop it. It's too powerful. It's unaffected by card effects. So what we did was we used the left hand and negated the card. And then we reactivate sending Dark Magician to use Circle again. So we burn that card by bringing... you're going to want to let them play the first spell and trap first. And then after they trigger it, then you activate Eternal to do spell speed 2 or spell speed 3, depending on what they play. Bring Dark Magician, and then it activates the left and the right hand. So even though they played a card, your card resolves first because it was played last and it was a faster speed. So the Dark Magician was there before they played it because of the speed sequence. In case you don't know, spell speed 1, 2, and 3. Then the card becomes burned, and then we summon, and then we banish. So at this point, we turn the tides. So I was gonna go into Dragoon, but I didn't have enough life points, but it doesn't matter. You pop a card to open the field, draw. You're in full control anyways. So now we're gonna take a look at the hand and go over it as a quiz, and then we're gonna do a quiz later on. So here we are. We got the hand already so that you can see what's going on. So basically, we're gonna go from right to left. So we got the first one would be Secrets. This allows you to draw a spellbook engine. That's live. Then you have Eternal. It's dead because you have to set it to activate it, so it can't be triggered this turn. Magician Soul is actually live. I accidentally wrote dead because of the negations excuse me, that he has in his hand. Some of them are interruptions, some of them are negations. The difference between an interruption and a negation is a negation, you play a card and it's burned, it doesn't play it. And an interruption is you play the card, it resolves, but whatever the card resolved, they burn the effect. Like, for instance, a Magician Souls, and then they change to Crackdown. He's gonna take it, so the card was burned. It's an interruption, but it's not a negation. A negation is when you play a card and it doesn't resolve. So the other one is Preparation of Rites. It's also dead. Any spells and traps are dead. And then Red Eyes Black Dragon is dead. So the way you go about this, basically you summon Magician Souls and then discard all the spells because they're dead, and you draw into the deck. When you dump a monster, you're going to want to dump the Dark Magician so you can trigger Eternal next turn. You also have Dark Magic attack in the deck, which is going to come clutch. You know, a lot of the YCS champions and local tournament champion styles like Dark Magician deck, what people don't know about those decks, and I'm being serious, all of them have spell and trap destruction. If you don't believe me, that's fine. I don't try to convince anyone. I just tell you the facts. It's like if the sun's out, I tell you it's out. It doesn't really matter if you believe me or not. It's just a fact. So a lot of the people who do poorly is because they don't have spell and trap destruction when they're playing against like a Mystic Mind, Eldritch, or any other back row heavy deck, even a Dark Magician deck. They have no spell and trap destruction. Like there is a style like a zombie decks and whatnot. The other one would be the Numron deck. There's just so many. Sky Strikers. There's a lot of decks that revolve on their spells, their field spells. So you're gonna want to have spell and trap destruction on your deck, at least one card. And if you don't want to put any on it and you want to rely on speed, you should at least have them on your side deck, side deck. So I pretty much explained it. I showed you the video and you've seen it. That's just to recap what I hadn't done before. So just to cover it real fast, every card in your hand is dead except Magician Souls. That one's live. I accidentally put dead, but it's live. And then because of it, you're able to draw the dead cards and draw into your deck. Dump the Dark Magician. So you do the best thing you can. You only have one card and you do what you can with it. And if you go back in the video and watch it, I won through like a lot of negations. Dark Magic Attack.